Last Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to
Whoa,
Take Two.
Friday.
What were you saying before the show started, Sam?
I was telling Tori she's one of the smartest people I know.
I'm so sorry. Welcome to DBL. It's good to see everybody. It is Friday, so we're going to be a little bit loose, talking about losing. Weight loss drugs are getting even more expensive. The listed price on Ozempic is up 3.5%, getting closer to that $1,000 mark for a 4-week supply. Of course, for most Americans, the price depends on the person's health insurance policy, but they may have to pay the drug maker's price if they're uninsured or haven't reached their deductible. So we want to know, and we want to know out there for you guys, will fewer people jump on the Ozempic trend for weight loss since it's getting so expensive? And what does this mean for people who actually need the medication for diabetes? Albert?
The people with diabetes aren't going to get it.
Okay, we're moving on to the next topic.
What else do we, they're poor people that get it through insurance, so they're done. The people with privilege take what they want, and whatever's left in the basket, the masses can sort out amongst themselves. But that's where we are, and it's capitalism. You can get mad about it. You can love it. Doesn't matter. The rich people, have you ever seen rich people go, I can't get my hands on that?
Never.
I've never seen it, so maybe if that's the first time, I'll be excited to see it, Jeff.
Yeah. It's just a kind of a reflection of America today. You know what I mean? Like, I support the homeless. Do you? Or are you just preaching that? I support the WNBA. Do you? How many games have you been to? 0?
Yes.
Okay, exactly. So, same with this. I need it more than you. Even though I don't have diabetes, I want it and I need it more than you, and therefore I will take it. That's just America.
Well, is it America or is it human nature?
No, I think it's, I shouldn't even say that's America because that's blasting everybody in the country. But I think greed is a lot of it, and stirring up things like about the homeless issues or whatever the social issues are at the time, supporting that side but really not supporting it at all, just like a lot of lip service. But people are greedy, especially the rich, right? They want what they want. They think they deserve
want it
what
now.
they deserve. We have Kelly Osbourne coming up to talk about her to kind of double down on my point.
Yeah, Sam, I want to get your
Please,
take on this because speaking of weight loss drugs, Kelly Osbourne is sharing why she supports the Ozempic trend in an interesting way. Let's take a look at what she said.
I think it's amazing and I think it's great for them. There are a million ways to lose weight. Why not do it through something that isn't as boring as working out? People hate on it because they want to do it. And the people who hate it on the most, the people who are secretly doing it or pissed off that they can't afford it.
Okay, let's talk about let them eat cake moment from there. We also want to make sure you know that her mother, Sharon, has had a severe problem with Ozempic. She's been very open about it. She can't gain back the weight that she's actually lost and has spoken out against Ozempic. What are you thinking, Sam, when you hear that from Kelly Osbourne?
I hate saying this because, I was a fan of the Osbournes way back when on MTV, and I loved their family, and I love how, goth chic she was. But in reality, she has a history of putting her foot in her mouth, and it always centers around entitlement, privilege, and she just seems completely tone deaf and clueless. I mean, she was on The View at one point, and when they were talking about that whole A Day in the Life of a Mexican, do you guys remember the whole movie and how successful it was? And then some people took it to a whole nother level and brought it into more of a social justice movement. And then she boiled it down to, can you imagine, she equated the Mexican population with just cleaning people. And she would say, yeah, everybody would not have cleaning peoples anymore at their house if they all took the day off. And I'm paraphrasing what she said.
She said, who's going to clean your toilet?
Oh,
yes,
my
yeah.
God.
But then she doubled down when she was interviewed about it and then said, went into, so again, this is just somebody who was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, and she has not learned her lesson yet.
Right. Well, please, Jeff.
No, I just want to go back to Hollywood. It's very reflective. We have, what's that, Nepo babies?
Nepotism, yeah.
And a lot of people, like Kelly Osbourne, don't know reality. They don't know the real world. That's why I always like to talk to somebody who's been through the ups and downs and the struggles, even though society pushes them aside for making a mistake. I rather talk to those people because they've been through the ups and downs of life, and they know the challenges. When you're a Nepo baby or you have everything given to you, like a Kardashian, you might think you know what life is, but you don't know what life is. And these are the exact people telling you who to vote for, what direction to think, how to think think socially, that's why I'm really starting to fade away from Hollywood, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You haven't been through the roller coaster. Everything has been given to you, whether you like it or not. They would push back if I said that to their face, but it's true. You have no life experience, and I'd rather talk to somebody who did something terrible in their life, regrets it, and has moved on.
Has
from
lessons from it.
Yeah.
I would say
Interesting.
you can widen that out. I don't know if it's just Hollywood. I think that there is a 1%, 5% in this country that early on bought property. I have friends of mine that are natives of Florida, and their uncle bought some land that would later be South Beach. And there are just some people that you're like, how does that 27-year-old have a Jag? They must work really hard. No, most of this country was bought and paid for before we got here. And there's a reason that there is money that is hoarded. There's money that we never see. There's money that we feel like we can't touch. And that's why you see the desperation of people trying to make quick money with Bitcoin and things like that, because the real estate in this country is gone. The infrastructure to kind of the middle class in terms of honestly being able to send your kid to school and having an idea of retiring at 60, that's gone. And so people are panicking. And Sam, to your point, I don't think she put her foot in her mouth. I think that's how she feels. And in a weird way, it's great to hear some reality.
It's
even
overt.
though it's gross,
You know who
at least somebody's
character.
saying how people feel. She's like, yeah, those dirty poor people. It's
Right.
like, that's how, medicine, in terms of like how she really feels, it's gross, but at least she's not putting a chaser on it. She's just giving it to us how she feels, and we can feel about her however we want to.
Did you see
But
the
it is
afterthought in
honesty.
her eyes of almost like a smirk?
Yeah.
Like she thought it was funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even worse to me.
Yo,
But what are you gonna do? It's like, who's gonna check me, boo? Who's gonna do anything?
yeah, I guess my thought was not only did she have that thought, she felt emboldened enough to actually say it out loud and seem quite proud of herself of saying
Right.
it, like rubbing it in their face. Cool, that's your lane, that's what you want to do. I think this country has an enormous epidemic of obesity, and we're just completely excluding the people with diabetes. I
Yes.
know personally people who cannot get this drug that would help their heart pressure, their blood pressure, their cholesterol, and it's a shame that we ignore that part
Well
of America.
said.
Yeah, we
Well
ignore,
said.
we ignore heart pressure.
I was thinking,
I know.
Jeff, I was gonna.
I meant blood pressure, and when I said it, my blood pressure went up. Coming up on DBL, an update on the parade shooting in Kansas City, how Taylor Swift helped out the family of one of the victims, and our interview with the cutie patootie that is Milo Ventimiglia. He tells us about filming his new movie in Australia and how he saved a co-star from a deadly spider. It's an amazing story.
Oh my gosh.
No, I know what you're
Excuse me, I'm just.
Let me make sure I didn't butcher
My
it.
heart pressure?
Jeff, your heart pressure is low.
Oh, it
we
is?
need to get in there.
I'd better drink some water.
I would love to see Tori write a script for ER.
Quick, stat, get the blood thing into the hoo-hee.
The hooey?
Yeah, you know, that's right, not great. By the way, can I be honest? I'm like 25, 30 pounds overweight. I could lose like 25 to 30 pounds.
I messed it up really quickly.
Okay, please fix it.
A day without a Mexican.
Yes.
That was
I think you said that right.
I think I said a day in the life. I
No, I
don't
think you
know,
said a day
but
without it.
I just want to correct myself and
No, you did.
Go
All right, it was
viral
an
for that
interesting
one.
motion. I do want to say, sometimes I'm like, should I do it to just like...
Listen, I think
I'm just being really honest.
I think this problem is short-lived, not to sound like, but I think there's so much money to be made that generic drugs will come out as quickly as
you're
they
right.
can
Yeah.
to try to
Get
fill
me
some
kind
of
of
the
people.
demand.
Right.
So I think this is a short-lived problem, but I think people should, who have diabetes, get in line first.
Absolutely.
But I don't think this is going to last long because there's so much money to be made. In it.
Yeah.
It'll come out in a pill form too.
Yeah, I think so. Or
Yeah,
spray.
something's coming.
Soon
very
it'll be in a
soon.
spray. And
And I wish I knew which company was making it because I might invest some stocks.
Well,
I think they're all making it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
There's one called Zepbound that apparently is quite good with issues in the brain, cognitive as well.
Which one's supposed to be the
the
best
brain
of
cognitive?
all of them?
Cognitively, it changes addiction issues.
It's good for the brain, cognitive,
Oh,
and
Manjaro's the best.
heart
so far.
pressure.
And then Zepbound is the
Dr. Torres.
I think Zepbound engages more of the receptors.
Yeah, so it helps with the cognitive change and addiction issues.
Well, let's hope. I mean, we're a country of addicts, and I mean, I think sugar never gets added to that list of addictions, but it's in everything we eat. If you ever try and go without sugar, it's
impossible, I know.
I think you could do
So did I.
Welcome back to DBL. We have an update on the Kansas City parade shooting. Police have 2 juveniles detained, but charges haven't been filed yet. We've also learned that at least half of the 22 victims hurt in the shooting are children. Yesterday, we told you that Lisa Lopez Galvin was killed. She was a mother of 2, a huge Chiefs fan, and a local radio DJ known as DJ Lisa Lopez. Now we've learned that Taylor Swift gave $100,000 to Lisa's family. Taylor sent a pair of $50,000 donations on GoFundMe, and she wrote a personal message that reads, quote, "Sending my deepest sympathies and condolences in the wake of your devastating loss." Of course, we know that Taylor's been very involved in the Chiefs season because she's dating this guy, Travis something, Kelsey. Just kidding. Just trying to make light of this, and I shouldn't, but I'm just awkward here because at this point I have to say, Taylor Swift, I love you. I'm a Swiftie. I have followed you since '07. It's your time to come out against gun control.
She has.
She has,
And
but
we
I
need
mean,
to-
keep
I know,
going.
we need to give her proper credit though, because back in 2018, during the March for Our Lives, she doesn't post much. So when Taylor Swift does post, all of her Swifties, I mean, they're already going to follow her every move, but it makes it that much more impactful because she is selective with her posts. And when she posted for March for Our Lives in 2018, she did say in so many words, a child shouldn't have to fear going to school or your place of worship or an event or a park or a concert, and that she is going to help support March for Our Lives, which their whole agenda is to help curb end gun violence and to create more gun reform.
Right.
And we know that she's been forthright with other political issues too. So when she is feeling passionate about something, she does speak out, and she also walks the walk.
She does. I'm just simply saying it's forced her hand. In a political year, in an election year, to have the person who can give you the biggest block of voters with one tweet, to have had this happen, forces her hand, in my opinion, to have to come out and suddenly politicize this entire Super Bowl.
I don't know.
I don't
about
think
that.
so either, yeah.
Okay, talk to me. What do you think?
Yeah.
Taylor, more than a lot of singers, she's an artist first. She's into her songwriting, Easter eggs in her videos and such. And when you are an artist, almost like when you're an actor, when you cross over into politics, even if it's, you think it's an obvious choice to make, you are now not only affecting your fan base, but you're affecting how you're going to be viewed. If you look at an actor that you used to like, but you're like, oh, they're anti or pro-abortion, that's going to take you out of that scene. It's going to take you out of that
She's
series
already been pretty active about that.
I know, but I think she's done her thing to not really wade into those waters, because once you do that,
she's selective.
Yes, because once you go there, it's going to affect your art, and it's something she takes very seriously. So as we're like, well, you have to do this and you have to do that, she has grown up loving this art form, and once she has to do whatever we're telling her she has to do, it's going to permanently and forever affect that art form. So it is something for her to think about. Whether she does it or not, it's her decision, but it's not this just like, oh, okay, just go out there and make a statement, because
it's huge. I agree with you. But
some of her fans don't feel the same
Agreed,
way.
but in Miss Americana, the documentary, she has this moment of, I have to speak up for my LGBTQ fan base. And her dad says, well, Bob Hope, you never knew what Bob Hope was thinking. And she says, this is a completely different generation. She stood up against Marsha Blackburn in Tennessee. She has spoken about being pro-choice. I think this is her time. And I'm not saying she has to. I take that back. I hope she takes this opportunity to galvanize her block, which is the biggest block you can find.
And also, quick side note, it must be said that Bob Hope made a homophobic joke on television and then felt bad about it and spoke up for the LGBTQ community for the rest of his life. So that needs to be noted.
That's good.
I love that. Thank you for sharing
Jeff,
that.
what do you think about all this?
I think people are putting too much thought into it, right? I think she's trying to do an act of kindness. That's what I think. She spent a lot of time in that city. They just won the Super Bowl. This was a tragic event. She's like, I want to do something to help
for
out.
that woman and her family. It wasn't an organization.
Right. She wasn't like, this is behalf of Joe Biden's presidency and I'm donating this money. She's not getting in those waters. I agree with Al. I don't think her hand is forced in any sort of way. I think people tie Taylor Swift to their own political party, trying to push her into, let's get some votes out there, Taylor, because we know where you stand. But I don't like when people push that hand. And she does her own thing. We all know where she stands, but I don't think by any means she's pushing an agenda. I think she's just trying to be kind, and people need that to talk about.
I think you're probably right.
Let's not let that go unrewarded, that she really,
right.
Can you imagine losing a young woman? Like, she was a young person that was killed. She didn't seem seem like she's older than 45 years old. And she's got affairs. I don't know if she has family members, but $100,000 helps
Two children and a father and a husband. Yeah.
So let's
just
think about this family for 1 second
Yes,
before we broaden this out.
We just take the kindness out of things now, like, oh, just throw some money at it, Taylor, and then you make that excuse. And then if you're for guns, well, now she wants to take away my guns. People are just anything they can to connect to their cause, and this is just an act of kindness.
Yes.
In my mind.
In my
like
mind,
that.
she will take on gun control in 2024.
I hope she does.
I think she will.
From the sincerity to Jeff's point of her heart.
I think she knows she has the power to change an election, and I hope she does. Coming up on DBL, we talk with Milo Ventimiglia about his new movie and his group chat with the cast of This Is Us. Welcome back to DBL. He is a 3-time Emmy-nominated actor and a heartthrob on This Is Us and Gilmore Girls. Now Milo Ventimiglia is starring in a new movie with an all-star cast. Earlier, we chatted with him all about it down in Australia. Check it out.
For what it's worth, you earned your Tier 1 status today. Does that mean I get paid more? No, it just sounds cooler.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Hey, everyone. Happy to be here. How are you guys all doing today?
Very well. Now that you're here, that sounded creepy. You did film your new movie, Land of Bad, in Australia with Australian royalty, the Hemsworth brothers, and Russell Crowe. What was it like being with them in their homeland?
I mean, things just kind of magically appear. You know, if you go to a restaurant and the place is booked up, well, a table magically appears. If you're at a restaurant, they're out of something, well, that dish magically appears. You know, by the good graces of the Hemsworths and, of course, the great Russell Crowe, you know, we made a movie down there that's action-packed and got a lot of heart and, you know, very American tone, but I was the only American in it. So
I've been lucky enough to go to Australia a couple of times. My buddy down there said something really interesting. He said it's beautiful here, but everything here is trying to kill you. And
it is.
It kind of ties into this story because we heard that you saved your co-star Ricky Wilder's life from a venomous spider on set. What happened with that?
Are you the new Spider-Man, sir?
maybe, but I don't think Spider-Man eats his own. And I saw our prop guy just kind of like fanning Ricky's shoulder, and I kind of peek around the back, and Ricky's just oblivious, talking to whoever he's talking to, and I see this white tail or white tip, I can't remember the name of it, spider. It's like a brown recluse mated with a black widow, and it just like it leaves you forever with a flesh-eating parasite or something. I don't really know. Yeah, it's a horrible. It can kill you. And I saw this spider like tuck into Ricky's kit because I think it knew, hey, I'm not supposed to be here. And you know, Ricky's a national treasure, and so I just kind of like clapped him on the shoulder and then took my blade out of my kit and picked it out of there and showed it to Ricky.
No, you
like,
did
hey,
not.
Man, I just pulled this off you. Yeah.
We have to ask about This Is Us, okay? We're all fans here, and your co-star Mandy Moore says that you all still hang out and even have a group chat. So we gotta know who keeps everyone laughing the most in the chat.
I think it was honestly kind of a tie between Chris Sullivan and John Huertas. I think he's a very wickedly funny guy, those two. But yeah, no, it's all still like pretty active. I mean, you know, everyone's working, everybody's out there. Like Justin Hartley just premiered a new show. Sterling K just got nominated for an award, for an Academy Award. So it's like, you know, we're all still involved in one another's lives, and I think keeping up with each other to the best we can. You know, Chris Sullivan's got a bunch of stuff. Like Chrissy has some music coming out, and Mandy's always working. Yeah, it's like we're all still connected in some way.
Okay. So we have many things in common, by the way. We both went to UCLA, go Bruins. We were both in car commercials back in the day. In fact,
what was yours?
Oh, I'm going to show you both, and then I want you to tell me which one you think is better, that will stand the test of time. So first, let's roll yours.
Oh my God.
A sweet ride deserves TLC all the time, but you want to be driving, not waxing, washing, and shining. Hi, I'm Sam Shocker.
Oh my God. I think Milo's is way better.
Listen, mine just has a bit of a cinematic element to it.
Mine doesn't.
There's an ambiance.
But you're with a classic. You are with a classic. Come on, Sam.
The butt shut to hit the door.
He's being really nice.
He's being very nice.
Very embarrassing commercial.
Yeah, mine was shot on like a Nokia phone.
It's okay. Listen, I think we all know how difficult it is and the chances of anything ever getting made in Hollywood, ever. So, you know, the fact that you got a commercial made, I think that's a wonderful thing.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you very much. Milo, thank you for joining us today. DBL Nation, Land of Bad is out exclusively in theaters February 16th. Thank you again. We'll be right back. I know.
Happy to be here.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Mazel.
February, enter the Sandals Blue Valentine giveaway to win an all-inclusive vacation to the brand new Sandals St. Vincent and the Grenadines or any Sandals resort of your choice. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL February 28th. Today's Sandals word of the day is seagull.
That was kind of close.
Kind of. I thought it was sand shark. Welcome back to DBL.
When is this over?
We want to give a big DBL shout out to Caitlin Clark. The Iowa Hawkeyes player became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA in women's basketball last night. And this was the shot that did it. Look at this. Oh, an amazing three-pointer from downtown. What an awesome way to set the record. Mazel tov to Caitlin.
Did Tori say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good
I
job,
did.
Tori.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
I'm getting the applause.
Caitlin Clark.
I know.
Well, in the 29th minute, she got it right.
Yes.
Bravo to her. And also for Sam for your beautiful car commercial. Lots of our readers talking about your cute
Readers?
our viewers writing in about your tush push.
My tush push.
Yeah, against the car.
Hey, Valvoline.
I was going to say congratulations to Caitlin Clark again. I mean, we had to get this
Or
in.
just shout out Valvoline.
Yeah. What a shot. What a player. What a baller.
Way to go, Caitlin Clark.